Scotch Perkins by Simmers, full of goodness, full of ginger and spice and all things nice. Make sure your friends and family enjoy Scotch Perkins, oven fresh by Simmers.
This man has a secret he hides from his family, an overwhelming desire for the crumbly crispness, the subtle flavor of Simmers rice biscuits. His wife discovered Simmers rice biscuits long ago. Have you?
Simmers Capital Oatcakes, perfect with cheese, honey or marmalade. Capital Oatcakes.
Tried Simmers coconut biscuits yet? Your family will love them.
Hey, they're nice biscuits.
It's the best of ingredients that give Simmers coconut biscuits that good home-baked flavor. Try some soon.
Simmers crispy fresh butter biscuits, delicious on every occasion. Enjoy them with your family, with your friends, at special occasions. Buy a supply of Simmers butter biscuits. They're delicious on every occasion. Simmers Scotch Perkins are full of goodness. Spices, syrup, and now extra butter. Buy Simmers Super Scotch Perkins. They just melt in your mouth.
Scotch Perkins by Simmers, full of goodness, full of ginger and spice and all things nice. Make sure your friends and family enjoy Scotch Perkins, oven fresh by Simmers.
From Lyle, the new Legend Axminster. A carpet to last a luxurious lifetime. Yes, it's carpet luxury from Lyle. Ask for the new Lyle Legend in 9 modern, colorful designs. Made in Scotland.
Drambuie, Bonnie Prince Charlie's liqueur.
Introducing the Ross Puff Candy Champ, the challengers. There's the bell. The challengers come out fighting. My goodness, the champ's eating a Ross Puff candy bar. He's fighting with only one hand. It's fantastic, incredible. Thanks, champ. He's still the Ross Puff Candy champion of the world. Biggest and best value. At threepence, Ross Puff Candy's an absolute knockout.
This man has a secret he hides from his family, an overwhelming desire for the crumbly crispness, the subtle flavor of Simmers rice biscuits. His wife discovered Simmers rice biscuits long ago. Have you?
Scotch Perkins by Simmers, full of goodness, full of ginger and spice and all things nice. Make sure your friends and family enjoy Scotch Perkins, oven fresh by Simmers.
Introducing The Ross Puff Candy Champ! The challengers! There's the bell. The challengers come out fighting. My goodness, the champ's eating a Ross Puff candy bar. He's fighting with only one hand. It's fantastic, incredible. Thanks, champ. He's still the Ross Puff Candy champion of the world. Biggest and best value. At threepence, Ross Puff Candy's an absolute knockout.
Norway, land of fjords and mountains, sends you Peak Lager, a sparkling lager, cool and clear. Peak Lager, keen-flavored for men of rugged countries. There's comradeship between men of mountain lands, and Peak Lager is Scotland's own taste in lager, too. Ask for Peak Lager, or if you prefer a special brew, Extra Peak.
When a beer is great, it deserves a great symbol. So we fashioned a tankard of gold to contain a beer as fine and as pure as gold. A beer called Gold Tankard, the start of a new age of golden beer. Gold Tankard, cool, clear keg beer, pre-chilled to golden perfection by Usher Vaux.
Your very first taste tells you Carnation is creamier. And when Carnation comes to the party, you'll taste the rich creaminess it adds to fruit salad. Pour it smooth and creamy over delicious Christmas pudding. And crown mince pies with its double rich goodness. It's truly festive fare with Carnation.
All the family love Carnation, 'cause it's double rich. Carnation! All the family love Carnation, 'cause it's double rich. All the family love Carnation.
Ooh, double rich. Carnation. Carnation is quick to whip. Chill a small tin, whisk rapidly until double in bulk, add a tablespoon of lemon juice and 1 of caster sugar. Whisk again.
Family love Carnation.
Ooh, double rich.
All the family love Carnation, 'cause it's double rich. All the family love Carnation.
Ooh, double rich. Fruit tastes much more delicious with double rich Carnation. No other form of milk adds such a special creamy flavor. That's because Carnation is concentrated to double richness.
All the family love Carnation.
Ooh, double rich.
All the family love Carnation, 'cause it's double rich. All the family love Carnation.
Because Carnation makes even the simplest dishes taste wonderful, like this rice pudding made with 1 part double rich Carnation to 3 parts water. It's extra creamy, and to pamper the palate, pour Carnation over the pudding too. It's delicious.
Double rich Carnation.
Is your date afraid of lights?
No, I am, with this ghastly skin. I'm always washing like you told me, but even my super new perfumed soap hasn't helped.
Darling, perfume doesn't care for the skin. Purity does. You try my Fairy toilet soap. It's the purest soap possible, so it'll give the care your skin needs. Fairy's Purity can help keep it fresh and clear. Really, darling, electricity costs money.
But what's the use of having nice skin if nobody can see it?
For the fresh, clear skin you are meant to have, trust Fairy, the purest toilet soap possible.
Given lovely skin like this, what soap can you trust to keep it fresh and clear? Don't experiment. Simply choose the purest toilet soap possible. Fairy toilet soap. 99.4% pure. What makes Fairy so pure? Come in and see. Only the purest natural oils and fats go into Fairy toilet soap. refined and purified, then repurified, screened through mesh finer than silk. This purity gives your skin the gentle care it needs. Don't experiment. Trust your fresh, clear skin only to Fairy Toilet Soap. It's 99.4% pure.
Three generations of fresh, young-looking skin, handed down through the family.
No, handed up, along with Fairy Toilet Soap. Naturally, I used Fairy for Alison. I just knew it was the purest soap I could buy. Well, if it's pure enough for a baby, it had to be perfect for me.
And when you're my age, skin needs as gentle care as a baby's. Fairy Toilet Soap's purity answers that problem.
Fresh, clear skin can run in your family, too, with Fairy Toilet Soap. It's 99.4% pure.
Getaway, people. Getaway starts here.
Je ne peux pas maintenant. J'ai ma famille, mes enfants. Non, je ne peux pas.
Mais venez.
Oh, mais non, j'aimerais beaucoup, mais je ne peux pas. C'est pas possible.
Oh, mais s'il vous plaît.
Every night at the pictures, more people lose more KP nuts than any other brand. We're sorry, but that's just one of the penalties of being Britain's #1 nut.
They are after this. They. No, the secret of shh is concealed in the blue opalescence of you-know-who's tonic. Hello? They want it, so drink all existing supplies. It's your duty.
Hello? Hello, hello.
Are you with us? Or with them?
We want your tonic water.
I think I've been cut off.
Tonic water in no-deposit bottles by shh. You know who.
Get that lovely, lively Lyril feeling.
Lyril? It's sensational. A new kind of soap. Well, it seems just like soap till you wash with it. Then things start to happen.
It's that lovely, lively Lyril feeling.
It's soap, but it's different. You can tell by the lather. That feels different somehow. Even the water feels different.
It's that lovely, lively Lyril feeling.
Soap was never like this. My skin feels so different. I never felt so clean. I feel just sensational.
It's that lovely, lively Lyril feeling.
It's a tingle inside you. You just bubble over. I thought soap was just soap. But oh, this Lyril.
Get that lovely, lively Lyril feeling.
Lyril? It's sensational.
Home sweet home, Fred. Or is it? Fact is, Fred, you've only got half a home. Half a hall, half a bedroom. Forgot it had gone up in value, didn't you? Fred, you're underinsured!
Oh, what a nightmare. But half a minute, I am underinsured. But not for long. Get the full strength of the insurance companies around you.
Quel corps! Quelle douceur! Mais quelle merveille!
glace et un zeste de citron. Doivent être Dubonnet.
Long or short, Dubonnet, today's anytime drink.
I took lessons on the flute for a number of years from a gentleman what lived in Clapham, you know.
Really?
Taught me how to purse my lips.
Oh, well, I'll never.
Of course, I don't play the flute no more, but, you know, I never forgot how he taught me to own my lips. I find it comes in very handy.
What for?
For drinking Schweppes bitter lemon at picnics when someone whose name I won't mention forgets to bring the glasses.
The Daz White Nights are coming your way with big cash prizes. We're hurrying on our way with purses full of prize money. Our first stop could be at your house. We're off. If we call, just show us a large Daz packet, answer a simple question correctly, and you win £5. If you have 2 large or 1 giant size, you can win £10. Daz White Nights will be travelling far and wide, including Winchester, Eastbourne, Chichester. The Daz White Nights are coming your way. And here's another exciting thing to look out for. Our squires are already putting this leaflet through almost every door. It gives you an extra chance of winning the same big prizes. Don't miss this great chance to win big prizes. Buy Daz tomorrow, because we may call on you. And remember, Daz wash is so white you can see the difference.
I see you had a change round then. I like your curtains. He's new, isn't he?
Fairly new. We opened a bank account the other day and they gave us one free. It's what they call a bank manager.
Good afternoon.
Oh, yes. Goes well with the wallpaper.
Mind you, he's more what I'd call useful than ornamental.
How's that?
Well, anytime you want any advice about money matters, getting a mortgage, anything like that, he gives it to you.
Oh, I'd like one of those.
Well, all you have to do is open a bank account.
I'll ask our dad about that when I get home. There's only one thing, though.
What's that?
No, it doesn't matter. I was going to change the wallpaper anyway.
You get more than a checkbook when you open a bank account.
The SO sign means happy motoring. The SO sign means happy motoring. The SO sign means happy motoring. Call it the SO sign.
Chorus.
Oh, the SO sign mean happy motoring. The SO sign mean happy motoring. The SO sign mean happy motoring. Call it the SO sign. Man. The SO sign mean happy motoring. SO sign mean happy motoring. SO sign mean very happy motoring. Call it the SO sign. The SO sign means happy motoring. The SO sign means happy motoring. The SO sign means happy motoring. Call it the SO sign. All right.
Can't make omelette without breaking eggs. Eggs are cheap enough now, so be generous. Myself, I'm using 48. Of course, Aunt Tet doesn't know yet, but I'm sure she'll be pleased. Break eggs, save money. Break eggs, save money.
Biscuits go with so many things.
Do you
you crunch? You don't? Well, you should, you know. Get your crunch disc. Fast, because the crunch is happening.
Crunch and crunch, when it comes to the crunch, Egg Smith.
Just send 3 empty bags and 1 and 6pence to Smith's Crisps for your crunch disc.
When it comes to the crunch, Egg Smith, it is.
Say,
Will he be all right, Doctor?
Oh, yes, I think so. Give him this and feed him well. Plenty of bread and butter.
Oh, that'll be easy. I'll give him lots of Mother's Pride.
Yes, that will be best.
I'm the mother in Mother's Pride, you know. Yes, they named it after me, and it's still just as good as when I used to bake it.
I'm sure it is. Well, I think that's all.
Oh, look. That's the dance complete.
I'm going well, I'm going Shell.
Good heavens, I know that voice.
I'm going well on Shell, Shell, Shell.
It's Bing Crosby.
Britain is great, well, let's see it in state. You can be sure of Shell. In the Emerald Isle, you drive with a smile. Nothing but fun on Shell, Shell, Shell. Ah, you can be sure of Shell. On the old heather track, well, hi, Mac, I'm doing well on Shell, Shell, Shell. I'm going well on Shell. Now it's the end of the trip, and it's back to the ship. What a wonderful time on Shell, Shell, Shell. That's another road film over. Oh, you can be sure of Shell.
Thanks, Bing.
It's a pleasure, Mr. Shell. Keep going well, keep going Shell. You can be sure of Shell.
Palladium Girls prove Sir Ronster Girdles with crossover panels let you move, keep you smooth. No matter how active you are, Sir Ronster's crossover panels let you move, keep you smooth.
No, I have not joined the Royal Navy. I merely have a burst pipe in my attic. I rang the plumber. He said he'd be round as soon as he'd finished his breakfast. That was 2 hours ago. So what he's having for his breakfast, I do not know.
Eggs, he'll be having eggs, the same as everyone else.
Of course. He can't be having them boiled or fried. That'd be too quick. He's probably having them made up into a soufflé surprise.
There's hundreds of different ways of doing eggs.
Are there? Well, he must be trying a lot. I can see him standing there in his boiler suit. The only plumber with a certificate from the Cordon Bleu.
Variety is egg-shaped.
And so is your umbrella. Hold it over me while I eat me eggs.
Eggs is versatile. You can do anything with eggs.
Well, try using a couple of them to block up that pipe. Oh, my soldiers are soggy.
We're snap, crackle, and pop, so rise and shine, Rice Krispies time. Come on the run and join the fun with Kellogg's Breakfast Musketeers. Now all together, let's give 3 rousing cheers.
Hooray, hooray!
Kellogg's Rice Krispies are top. They snap, they crackle,
They pop.
Try Rice Krispies today.
They're good for you, so tasty too.
We're on our way. Come join Rice Krispies Ragtime Band. Rice Krispies in the bowl, great with fruit, Rudy-doo-toot, sugar and cream, you've made the team of Snap, Crackle, and Pop. Sure go for more to your grocery store.
For Kellogg's good Rice Krispies,
they snap, crackle, and pop.
For bread with freshness baked inside, there is no bread like Mother's Bride. Crust so smooth and crumbs so white, and freshness baked inside.
You want fresh bread?
We want Mother's Pride.
Do you suffer from headaches? Then take Fensic. Aspirin plus phenacetin plus caffeine added together make Fensic. These extra ingredients are why Fensic works better than aspirin alone. You'll soon feel fine again with Fensic.
So take Fenzik for sure relief of headaches. Remember, Fenzik is better for headaches than aspirin alone.
Here's Judy. Jude is pretty and Jude is good, but little Judy never could resist the chocks in Dairy Box, those lovely centers in Dairy Box.
I dream of caramel. Fresh butter makes it taste so swell. Sugar and milk, you're bound to fall for just the dreamiest sweet of all.
Finest chocolate, creamy milk, blended in as smooth as silk. You'll love the chocks in Dairy Box with all those lovely centers, 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 centers.
What is the matter with my little Sue? She tries just as hard as a small girl can do, but she cannot spell pink and she cannot spell blue. And when she adds up, there's always too few. Oh, what in the world can I do for my Sue?
Sugar, frosted, sparkling, spangled sugar flakes. Add some milk and there you have it. Breakfast food before you take.
She's eaten them up. What a beautiful sight. She's bounding with energy morning and night. Her writing's superb and her spelling is bright. And what's even better, she gets her sums right.
Kellogg's Sugar Frosted Flakes put sparkle into children at breakfast time.
Here you are. It's butter, too. Real butter.
Wonderful.
Only butter tastes like butter.
Your family deserves real butter. Buy some extra butter this week.
Oh, watcha. Oh, I need this. When you've done a matinee and an evening show, you know you've done a day's work. Still, it's fun making people laugh. This is the only job I do at home. 1, 2, 3. So easy. My wife doesn't mind if I do it in the sitting room. Got to get a good night's kip in. On the go again tomorrow morning. Up at 6. In the makeup chair at the studios at 7:30. And then back to the theatre in the evening. Makes quite a day of it. Still, you don't have to worry about the days. If your nights are all right. Mark you, there's a difference between sleeping and sleeping well. I make sure of it.
John Slater's right. For deep, sound sleep, take Horlicks.
Wonderful day, wonderful world. Uh-oh, but something's gone wrong with the reception. What magic could be missing to make it really perfect? Ah, good thing he remembered. Black magic. Nothing sweetens the atmosphere so quickly as a box of black magic chocolates. There's a certain something about those centers that's irresistible. So many, so marvelous. Liquid cherry for brightening her eyes. Montélimar for parting her lips. Orange cream to make her heart beat faster. Hazel cluster, coffee cream. They're all so, so delicious. Black magic chocolates will win anyone's heart. Yours too. Try them and see.
Washing sweaters in Lux keeps them soft and looking just like new. Just squeeze gently and Lux brings all the dirt out. Lux is made from purest baby mild soap and can't harm delicate fabrics. That's why Lux is so special.
See how soft it is and looking just like new. If it's safe in water, it's safe in Lux.
Presenting Ribena's Black Currants.
Ribena's pure black currant juice, Ribena. Coughs and colds, fatigue and flus, Ribena keeps away.
Mr. Bones, who was that lady I saw you with last night? That was no lady, that was my current girlfriend.
And there are hundreds of black currants, wonderful rich source of vitamin C in every bottle of Ribena. Your natural source of vitamin C, Ribena, every day.
Ribena, delicious.
See the flying saucer saw. Now, what on earth's it looking for? What do you need?
Polo! Polo the mint! Where's the hole? Should be happy, but I ain't.
Do you want to feel as fresh as paint?
What do I need?
Polo.
Polo the mint with the hole!
Keep fit, be active, stay on your toes, and yet eat all the bread you want. Get Nimble, the new loaf that's starch reduced. Eat nimble, be nimble. Get Nimble at your grocer.
Rich dairy box milk chocolates. Luscious, creamy, soft centers. Turkish delight, coffee cream.
It's the centers.
She's a dairy box girl. Crunchy, chewy, hard centers. Montélimar, cracknel, and praline.
It's the centers.
She's a dairy box girl.
My girl is sent by Dairy Box Scent. My Dairy Box Centers. My girl is sent by Dairy Box. She's a Dairy Box girl.
Give your girl Dairy Box for Christmas.
My girl goes wild for Dairy Box, wild for Dairy Box Centers. My girl goes wild for Dairy Box. She's a Dairy Box girl.
It's the centers.
My girl, she craves for Dairy Box, craves for Dairy Box Centers. She's enslaved by Dairy Box, she's a Dairy Box girl.
It's the centers.
My girl, she falls for Dairy Box, falls for Dairy Box Centers. Falls in my arms for Dairy Box, she's a Dairy Box girl.
It's the centers.
My girl and your girl, rich girl and poor girl, all girls are Dairy Box girls.
We love the centers.
Slim girls and trim girls, small girls and tall girls, all girls are Dairy Box girls.
It's those centers.
Dark girls and fair girls, his girl and their girl.
We're just mad about the centers.
All girls are Dairy Box girls. My girl and your girl, rich girl and poor girl, all girls are Dairy Box girls.
We love the centers.
Slim girls and trim girls, small girls and tall girls, all girls are Dairy Box girls.
It's those centers.
Dark girls and fair girls, his girl and their girl.
We're just mad about the centers.
All girls are Dairy Box girls. My girl and your girl, rich girl and poor girl, all girls are Dairy Box girls.
We love the centers.
Slim girls and trim girls, small girls and tall girls, all girls are Dairy Box girls.
It's those centers.
Dark girls and fair girls, his girl and their girl.
We're just mad about the centers.
All girls are Dairy Box girls.
She's dreaming of chocks in dairy box, for she's a dairy box girl.
Those centers!
In dairy box.
Dairy box! Dairy box choc. Dairy box choc.
In a new white box.
My favorite choc. In a new white box.
New milk chocks are going into dairy box.
Luscious.
Dreaming new chocks in dairy box. Dairy box chocks in the new white box. New milk chocks in the new white box. The favorite chocks in the new white box. Dairy box chocks in the new white box. New milk chocks in the new white box. My favorite chocks in the new white box. Dairy box. She's dreaming of chocks in dairy box, for she's a dairy box girl.
Those centers!
In dairy box.
Dairy box!
He's got a favorite chocks, 'cause all girls love dairy box chocks.
I'm mad about dairy box choc!
In the new white box, all girls love dairy box chocks, those luscious, dreamy milk chocks.
Oh, it's heaven with dairy box choc!
In the new white box, she'll be in heaven with dairy box chocks. Dairy box. He's got her favorite chocks, 'cause all girls love dairy box chocks.
I'm just mad about dairy box choc!
In the new white box, all girls love dairy box chocks, those luscious, dreamy milk chocks.
Those centers in dairy box choc!
In the new white box, she's just gone on dairy box chocks. She wants her favorite chocks, 'cause all girls love dairy box chocks.
I'm mad about dairy box choc!
In the new white box, all girls love dairy box chocks, those luscious, dreamy milk chocks.
Oh, those centers in dairy box choc!
In the new white box, she knows there's nothing like dairy box chocolates. Dairy box.
And he gave me a box of dairy box. And he gave me a box of dairy box. And he gave me a box of dairy box. And he gave me a box of dairy box. And he gave me a box of dairy box. And he gave me a box of dairy box.
Don't let them miss the thrill of Easter. Give them Dairy Box Easter eggs, milk chocolate eggs, and Dairy Box chocolates. 6 different designs to choose from. Dairy Box Easter eggs. This Christmas, give her Dairy Box, the chocolates that she'll love. Designed for her, each Dairy Box, the chocolates that she'll love. Make sure you ask for Dairy Box, the chocolates that she'll love. For her, her favorite. Dairy Box, the chocolates that she'll love. Dairy Box.
And he gave me a box of dairy bars. And he gave me a box of dairy bars. And he gave me a box of dairy bars. And he gave me a box of dairy bars. And he gave me a box of dairy bars. And he gave me a box of dairy bars.
From him. Dairy Box. From him to me. Dairy Box. From him. Dairy Box. From him to me. Dairy Box.
Next time you're buying her chocolates, look for New Look Dairy Box. Because Raymond Penet, famous French artist, has been at work on Dairy Box. Now every box comes alive with color, sparkles with wit and charm. And there's a bright new Dairy Box to give her when you're feeling pleased, when you're feeling happy, and when you're feeling wonderful. One of the designs is bound to be right for you. And inside, the 12 famous Dairy Box centers coated with Rowntree's milk chocolate. She'll be happy choosing her favorites, and with all these designs, you can give her a different present every time. So next time you're buying her chocolates, look for New Look Dairy Box. They're made to make her happy.
Doo-be-doo, make it an occasion, won't you show how you care with Dairy Box, whichever one you choose, you can't lose. Take it from me, there's sure to be the chocolate she'll adore. So show how you care with Dairy Box, she'll love you all the more. Dairy Box, the chocolate she'll adore.
Dairy Box is a cool white blonde. Dairy Box is made with cool white milk. Dairy Box is strawberry and hazelnut and caramel wrapped around in chocolate as smooth as if it's been dipped in cool white milk. Cool, delectable dairy box.
If you like your chocolates to be milk chocolates, the chocolates you choose will be dairy box. Pick anyone at all, and taste it. As round, as smooth, as clear a taste as cool, clear milk itself. Blonde, silky, cool, milky dairy box.
Sure, you've got to choose. Plain chocolates or milk. But if it's milk, it's got to be dairy box. Dairy box. As white and clean and cool as a dairy. With chocolates that taste as smooth and clear as cool, clear milk itself. Blonde, silky, cool, milky. The dairy in a box. Otto of roses from North Africa. Oranges from Morocco. Whole hazelnuts from Turkey. All this and more is Dairy Box. Cool milk chocolates in a new, beautiful box. A box that's as good as the chocolates deserve. Smooth, silky, cool, milky Dairy Box.
Dairy Box is a cool blonde. You'll find her on the pure white box. As smooth and as beautiful as the milk chocolates inside it. Made with almonds from Mallorca, brown sugar from the Caribbean, ripe English strawberries. Choose all this and more in blonde, silky, cool, milky Dairy Box.
We may call Dairy Box a cool blonde. But underneath that milky, smooth exterior, you'll discover the most gloriously sensual centers. Made with molasses from the West Indies, almonds from Mallorca, vanilla from Tahiti. All these and more in cool, silky, blonde, milky Dairy Box.
So cool when you bring her Dairy Box. Dairy Box has strawberries to tempt her, mouth-watering almonds, a dozen succulent centers to keep her mind on you. Blonde, silky, cool, milky Dairy Box to make her happy. The cool blonde is never quite so cool when you bring her Dairy Box. A dozen succulent centers to keep her mind on you. Cool, milky Dairy Box.
Well, they didn't put them here. No. Wait a moment. I know. Yes.
Dairy Box turns African otto of roses into a smooth Turkish delight. Ethiopian coffee beans into rich coffee creams. Dairy Box does all this and more just for you.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone.
Dairy Box milk chocolates for everyone.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone.
Dozing dogs, dads and daughters, David's dairy box, Diana and daisies, ducks and drakes and dimples, dancing and difficult decisions, delightful and daydreams, drowsy and delicious, delectable dairy box. Dozing dogs and David's dairy box, ducks and dancing and difficult decisions, and delightful, dreamy, delicious dairy box.
Another day, another June, another lovely afternoon. Rich coffee cream, strawberry dream, round trees making whoopee. Caramel, crisp hazelnuts, the girls all think that they do looks. Dairy boxes, milk chocolates, round trees making whoopee.
Although I say it myself, I'm very good at throwing dinner parties. I just give them lots of good food and drink, and I listen to them. Coffee and marvelous chocolate after 8 mints, creamy peppermint, and all that taste in a slim shape like this.
After 8 wafer-thin mints, luxury, plain, unashamed luxury, and yours for the asking.
After I've wined and dined them, then I gossip them. A log fire, some old French brandy, a bottomless coffee pot, and lots of after 8 wafer-thin mints. I always give them after 8. Cool, creamy peppermint in rich, dark chocolate. So clever to have all that in such a slim shape.
Luxury, unashamed luxury, after 8 wafer-thin mints.
When I remember summer, I remember dinner parties, on warm nights of wine and strawberries, idle talk and hot black coffee, served with lots of after 8 wafer-thin mints. I always give them after 8. Cool, creamy peppermint in rich, dark chocolate. So clever to have all that in such a slim shape.
Luxury, unashamed luxury, after 8 wafer-thin mints.
I usually give my best dinner parties in the country, when you can sit outside on a warm June night and linger over coffee and eat masses of after 8 wafer-thin mints. I always give them after 8. Cool, creamy peppermint in rich, dark chocolate. So clever to have all that in such a slim shape.
Luxury, unashamed luxury, after 8 wafer-thin mints.
I'd like to stay here forever and dine like this on a warm tropic night, listening to the slap of the waves, nibbling after 8 with hot, fragrant coffee. I always give them after 8, Cool, creamy peppermint and rich, dark chocolate. Deliciously slim.
Luxury. Unashamed luxury. After 8, wafer-thin mints.
Last year we took a villa and gave lots of dinner parties out on the terrace on warm, scented nights, sipping brandy and liqueurs and eating lots of after 8 wafer-thin mints. I always give them after 8. Cool, creamy peppermint in rich, dark chocolate. So clever in such a slim shape.
Luxury. Unashamed luxury. After 8, wafer-thin mints.
Table. Fire. Vintage wine. Black as the night coffee. People who like each other. And lots of after 8. Always give them after 8. Cool, creamy peppermint in rich, dark chocolate. Luxury. Unashamed luxury. After 8, wafer-thin mints. First, they lit the fire. Then came the food and wine. Coffee, black as the night, and lots of after 8. Always give them after 8. Cool, creamy peppermint in rich, dark chocolate. Luxury, unashamed luxury. After 8, wafer-thin mints. I make it a rule never to have streamers or paper hats at Christmas dinner. Well, that happens at midday with the children. Now, in the evening, we can relax, sit round the table, talk, drink coffee, and eat lots of after 8. After 8's a very Christmassy thing. We have been known to run out of it before Boxing Day. Why decant after 8 onto a silver dish? They look so elegant in the box. Cool peppermint, wafer thin, in rich, dark chocolate. For 4 guests, I'd play safe and have 2 boxes on the table. It's the men. They're never admitted. But they eat more after 8 than any girl. I may be old-fashioned, but I like leaving the men to drink their port. It means we can abscond with the after 8 and drink coffee upstairs round the fire. It's nice to be able to monopolize that cool, creamy peppermint in rich, dark chocolate. And only fair. They pass the port. Why shouldn't we pass the after 8?
We have a rule. Anyone who mentions motor cars, babies, or washing machines never gets invited here again. Irresponsible, that's us. And don't those after 8 help? Cool, creamy peppermint, rich, dark chocolate, a very slim shape. Luxury. We need a bit of that nowadays. After 8 wafer-thin mints. In a grey world, we salute you.
Are you someone who prefers to forget about the balance of payment figures? You're amongst friends. After 8 might have been made for you. Cool, creamy peppermint and rich, dark chocolate. Such a very slim shape. Pure, unashamed luxury. And there isn't nearly enough of that about nowadays. Circulate the after 8 wafer-thin mints and bring back the roses to your cheeks.
My grandfather never allowed business to be talked in the billiard room. He'd have approved of after 8, though. even if it did mean letting the women in. Cool, creamy peppermint, rich, dark chocolate, a very slim shape. What a pity there weren't after 8 wafer-thin mints in Grandfather's day. The old man liked style.
If you've got to marry someone, make a bit of an effort and get a girl who likes her food, makes you laugh, and is generous with the after 8. Very generous. Cool, creamy peppermint, rich, dark chocolate, a very slim shape. If she doesn't play fair, you confiscate them. Be the master in your own house. Are you one of those people who like picnics? Comfortable ones, near the house, where nothing bites, the food is delicious, and the after 8 flows like wine. Cool, creamy peppermint, rich, dark chocolate, a very slim shape. The picnic isn't a picnic without after 8.
Dr. Johnson once said, that if you're tired of London, you're tired of life. Rubbish. He never experienced a few after 8, restfully, in the country. Cool, creamy peppermint, rich, dark chocolate. A very slim shape. You never know. After 8 might have changed his mind.
I don't mind her being my partner for life, but bridge, no. She spends most of the rubber placating her partner with after 8. Cool, creamy peppermint, rich, dark chocolate, a very slim shape. Dare I say it? After 8 always turns up trumps.
We don't approve of dinner parties where the girls have to leave the men to their port. Melissa loathes them, especially as it means missing out on the after 8. Cool, creamy peppermint, rich, dark chocolate, a very slim shape. This house believes in equality. After 8, for everyone.
I find after 8 excellent company. Dark green, dinner-jacketed, sophisticated it is. Slim and stylish in a monogrammed envelope. Rich dark chocolate. Cool, creamy peppermint. After 8, the best company there is.
After 8 used to be my idea of the perfect man. Slim, dark, rich, cool, so cool, with a certain indefinable style. Dear George, I wouldn't swap him for all the after 8 in Chelsea.
Now we've got the avocados. The ducks are both ready. And the stuffing too. I think I'll wear my new green velvet. Dave is looking after the wine, which is fine. And the brie is perfect. Then coffee. And after 8. One after 8 each by the look of things.
Ladies and gentlemen, bride and groom.
I don't know why you go to weddings. Hymns make you cry. Champagne makes you sneeze. And you don't like cake?
No.
You're hopeless.
I know.
Thanks. Drown your sorrows in another after eight.
I don't know where my...
Some nature brings in the early morning.
I put mine into
I shall buy her hamsters, and I shall take her out from school for repulsive teas. And when she's old enough, I'll introduce her to the art of witty conversation over the after eight.
Angela, she's a he.
Oh, well, lots of men simply adore after eight.
Wait till you meet the love of my life. She's a gorgeous, dark brown chocolate creature with long, slim legs, elegant, stylish, impeccably bred. Isn't she beautiful?
Hello, after eight.
We only do this very rarely. Royal Ascot, Budget Day and family anniversaries. Daddy says money's far too valuable for games of chance. I feel so deliciously naughty. Brandy, cigars, and after eight. Pure, unashamed luxury. Cool, creamy peppermint in rich, dark chocolate, wafer thin. Poor Daddy. Dear after eight. You really leave nothing to chance. For a conservative old sea dog, Bert is deliciously liberal in his tastes. Brandy, cigars, and after eight, peppermint cool and creamy, elegant dark chocolate wafer thin. While the Admiral turns a blind eye, we splice the after eight. Pure, unashamed luxury. Since George was posted to the tropics, we've always tried to keep that little touch of England in the Oriental night. Thank heavens for my after eight. Sweet dreams of home. Cool, creamy peppermint in rich dark chocolate wafer thin. Pure, unashamed luxury. Sent all the way from England in the diplomatic bag. When Great Uncle Alistair comes to dinner, we fight the Battle of Waterloo. It takes a very long time, and a great many after eight wafer thin mints.
These Prussians taste good.
Cool, creamy peppermint. Rich, dark chocolate, a very slim shape.
Oh dear.
There's one way of stopping it. Just eat the Duke of Wellington.
Classical scholars like Uncle Bertie make life so difficult for Aunt Helen.
Oh, so difficult.
Still, there's always after eight, which is a great consolation.
It's a triple word, dear.
In more ways than one. I always feel that the best judge of character is how someone eats their after eight. A soldier like Uncle attacks his so precisely, and Rupert's head so full of books, he can never make up his mind. And my daughter does everything too beautifully for my liking. I wonder what they think about me.
Legend has it, in my household, that when the family dines together, the last delicacy must always be reserved for the ghost of Henry, the fourth Earl. or it is said,
Charles.
dire consequences will ensue. Personally, I do all I can to keep these traditions alive.
Sunshine in January. It always seems like a miracle, but only one horrendous snag. When it's after 8 in Sussex, here it's just a shade after 12. So we just pretend lunch is dinner, and nobody seems to mind. And afterwards, black coffee and after 8 mints, deliciously crisp and cool. As Charles says, times may change, but standards must be maintained. I've always thought the best part of giving a dinner party is that moment just before they all sit down, when one can relax and look forward to all the good things to come. Like the after 8 mints, deliciously dark and cool and slender in that marvelously elegant box. Perhaps that's the reason why, every time you reach for a box of after 8, there always seems to be just one missing.
It's good to grow up. The whole point about Irish coffee is that when you've mixed the whiskey with the coffee and sugar and floated the cream carefully on the top, you drink the whiskey and the coffee through the cream. That's what makes it taste so splendid. Now, I wonder where they got the idea from. If you have a friend who likes his draft Guinness, and he tells you he's just popping out for a quick one, don't expect him back too soon.
6 pints of cooking up. No, I'll do that, Mike. It's my round. Where my change? 14 pints in the corner. Two dry whiskey and vodka. Don't go together. Vodka and lime. I never tried that before. 3 lights in. 3 lights here or brown hours? One ham sandwich here? 4. Anyway, that was thanks.
Some of the best things in life are worth a little bit of waiting for. When Arthur Guinness first brewed Guinness in 1759, the world was not quite ready for it. And for many years, Arthur Guinness had to brew ordinary beers as well, to make ends meet. But as the centuries passed by and the world grew up, people began to understand the strong, dry taste of Guinness. And now, over 6 million glasses of Guinness are served every day. But that's just the beginning. You see, when Mr. Guinness first brewed Guinness, he signed a lease for the brewery. And the lease was for 9,000 years. Every Guinness you drink comes in 2 parts, the black part and the white part. The whole point about Guinness is that you drink the black part through the white part. That's the only way to get from the roasted barley, malt, and hops the proper, smooth, dry taste that comes only from Guinness. That's why it takes both the black part and the white part to make a Guinness a Guinness. Next time you go into a pub for a pint of draft Guinness, you might like to try doing this. Simply write your initials on the head with a broad-nibbed pen. Then drink as slowly as you like, and still have your initials left at the end. It's not a trick, but something we've been doing in the brewery for years. You see, we believe that a Guinness is only a Guinness when the head lasts through to the end. So, if you don't mind writing on your beer, you might like to try this too. Cheers. Every Guinness you drink comes in two parts, the black part and the white part. The whole point about Guinness is that you drink the black part through the white part. That's the only way to get from the roasted barley, malt and hops the proper smooth, dry taste that comes only from Guinness. That's why it takes both the black part and the white part to make a Guinness a Guinness. Mrs. Angela Hunt has just been down the road for a Guinness or two. Well, as a matter of fact, 4 or 5. About once a week, usually on Fridays, she gets the urge to pop down the road. Luckily, her husband is an understanding man. He believes that shopping is a woman's job. The annual outing is much the same every year. But whatever the others drink, the real lads stick to beer. And the beer they prefer is the most popular beer in Britain. The trouble was, last year they ran out. So this year, they're taking a little extra.
I've just heard that the Martians have landed at Stoke Newington, and they're ravaging the whole of the countryside with their death rays. Macclesfield has been razed to the ground, and the Greater London area has to be evacuated. And the Isle of Man sunk without a trace.
Oh, that's a pity.
When a man finds himself far from home, and he fancies a quick one, it's comforting to know that there's one beer he can always be sure of finding.
Guinness, please.
One that he knows will taste just as good as it does in his own local.
Thank you.
Which could be why it's the most popular beer in Britain. To the man who drinks Guinness, every pub's his local. Once upon a time, our founder brewed a beer that became a legend. A beer with a strong, dark body, a light, smooth head, and a taste that has more friends than any other beer in Britain. Now, are you ready for a drink?
Excuse me. I've been looking in tonight and I'd like a nice cold Guinness, please.
A what?
A nice cold Guinness. You know, cold like ice. I like it.
Well, you're not drinking it here. Cold Guinness? Stone me.
This is my brother. He likes cold Guinness too.
Two cold Guinness, sir. Certainly, sir. They'll be ready for you this evening, sir.
See you then.
Ice-cold Guinness is light, smooth, and rather refreshing. Ask for it at your local. But ask nicely. Once a year, something rather strange happens to our weather. It's called summer, and it's been known to last nearly a week. The most effective remedy is an ice-cold Guinness. That's right, ice-cold Guinness. It tastes light and smooth and rather refreshing. So stick a few in the fridge. Just in case we have a summer this year. Tonight, when you pour yourself a bottle of Guinness, you might wonder whether there's anything you can add to improve that strong, dry taste. After 200 years or so, you might come up with the same answer we did. Another bottle of Guinness. Next time you feel particularly thirsty, try it. You'll find it's exactly twice as good as one bottle.
Get me a Guinness, love, would you?
Here you are, dear.
Thanks, love. Why don't you get one for yourself?
If you've got to fetch and carry, do it when you're shopping.
Why are you putting that piece of string for? Did you ever try pushing it?
Time we get all round.
Mind if I change, Colin?
3 pints of cooking and a pint of Guinness, please.
Pushing it. Pushing what then? The fella on the end of the piece of string. Underwear. Thing what? No, he had.
At a certain point in the evening, some men like to change to a beer that tastes a bit different. Our beer. If you're one of these people, you might like to try starting the evening with a pint of Guinness. You'll be a hard man to please after that.
C, pint of cake. Yeah, what about you? Right, 1 pint of C, 1 pint of cake, 1 pint of extra yellow, 2 pints of Guinness, please. That's your card, George. Right, which of these is yours?
The keg's in the centre.
That's the cake, that's the cake there.
That's
the
C.
C.
Right.
That's the C. Yeah, well, that could be the C there.
We'd like people to drink draft Guinness, simply because we think it's the best draft beer in Britain. But we suspect there may be other reasons.
No, you had your right hand on.
If you're just finishing a glass of Guinness, are you certain where the next one's coming from? You've still time to pop out and buy some. Meanwhile, we'll play some music for your wife.
Terry? Terry? Last orders, please.
I think that Guinness is a forgery.
That's all right to me.
No, mate, believe me, I'm an expert. Not real Guinness.
You try that.
Well? Well, we all make mistakes.
Next time you buy a pint of Guinness, you could win a £500 luxury holiday. It's the Draft Guinness cartoon competition, and you get the entry form where you buy your Draft Guinness. Cheers. Two bottles of Guinness and one luxury cabin cruiser. Buy the former, and you might win the latter in the mind-boggler competition. You'll find the details where you buy your Guinness. Almost any beer will go when you open it. But which beer is still allowed to mature naturally for weeks inside the bottle? Which is a strong, dry beer that you drink through its smooth, white head? Which is the beer that tastes just the same as it's always tasted? Guinness would like you to think about it. You've never drunk it, never known the first slight shock of the unexpected, never felt that strong blackness blend in your mouth with the coolness of the white. You've never tasted a beer that tastes so much like a beer. But next time you ask for a pint, Guinness would like you to think about it.
Girl's not here yet?
2 pints of Guinness, please, love.
Sorry, this is the cocktail lounge. Rules, you know.
2 pints of cocktail Guinness, please.
We dine at first.
Today, you can buy our pint in most of the bars in Britain, if you ask nicely.
Here we are. 2 pints of cocktail Guinness.
Hey, are you two all right?
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Me?
Yes. Is this your local?
Yeah, I suppose it is.
Well, since you've been here, have you ever bought a bottle of Guinness?
No, I haven't.
Then allow me.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Well?
Great. Never drink anything else.
What? But I thought you said you never bought a bottle of Guinness in here before.
That's right. We just moved in today. Number 44.
On that, are you? Well, that took a bit of getting used to.
What, Guinness? Oh, I don't know. I remember my first pint. I bought it here, actually.
Oh, yeah?
It's around about this time.
But it was a long time before you had your second.
About 10 minutes. You're round.
Morning. 2 bottles of cold Guinness, please.
Oh, sorry, mate, no cold ones.
Oh. Oh, well, just as they come, then. It's a pity, that. It's a great drink. Keeps its head and its flavour, even when it's really cold. Don't you keep just a few Guinness on the cold shelf?
No, not really. You're the 19th bloke I've told today. There's no demand. What? I said...
I see you're on the black stuff, then. Well, this is special. You drink it on special occasions?
That's right. My wife's just had a baby.
Oh, congratulations. Well, what do you like about it? The colour? The head? The taste?
Yeah, all of those.
Well, thank you very much. Oh, by the way, what are you going to call it?
Guinness, what else do you call it?
That's what's best.
That's what I call a fantastic drink.
it's great. It's really great.
Oh, you like it here?
Oh, hello. Well, yeah, but I reckon it's the same everywhere.
Why is that?
Well, it looks the same, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it sounds different, though.
Is it really? I've never listened to it.
Yeah, but...
Come on. I'll buy you one. 2 bottles of Guinness, Dave. Do you come here often?
Evening, Jack.
Hello, lads.
2 bottles of Guinness, please, Jack.
Yeah, I can see you're busy. As soon as you can.
You're a bit early tonight, are you?
Yeah, we're meeting the girls tonight.
Then we're going to the pictures.
Put the music on. 2 more of the same, please, Jack.
Looks like you two are being stood up, doesn't it?
Oh, that's plenty of time yet.
They've still got half an hour.
Same again.
Oh, that's what I call a real drink. Yeah. Do you know what? They actually mature Guinness in the bottle. Do you know what? That's why you get that lovely head on it. Do you know what? I think it does something for the taste, too. Do you know what? That's my Guinness you're drinking.
Your glasses, gentlemen, if you please.
Well. Well.
Well?
Well. I don't believe it.
What'll it be then, Mike?
Oh, I have another Guinness.
And what about,
Liz, do you want another?
I'm fine, what do you say?
That's 2 then.
what, Guinness? Well, you both drink it? Come on.
Sure, we have for quite a while now.
Bit of gentle persuasion, eh?
Well, it didn't happen overnight.
I bet. How did you manage it, then?
Well, I finally got him to try one.
Oh.
Cheers.
Why does Guinness look like that?
Well, it's a roasted barley.
Why do they roast the barley?
Helps the flavour. Makes it dry. Smooth.
Why smooth?
So it goes down easily.
Then why is the head a different colour?
So you can tell it's the right way up.
Oh.
It's hot out.
It's lovely.
Lovely.
When it's hot, we like it cold.
It's dry and wet, if you see what I mean.
I can see you've got some up top.
Any down below? In the cold.
Oh, you want it dark because it's light and refreshing.
She's got it. 4 bottles of cold Guinness, please, sir.
Haven't got it. It's been a very hot day. We've sold out. Except these 4 here.
Ooh, it's nice.
Well. Well.
Well?
Well. Well? Well.
If you only have to look at it to know what it is. If you only have to smell the roasted barley and taste the cool dark part through the smooth white part to know what it is. then why do we bother
So that's a
to
pint.
put our name on the glass?
Tonic. Same again. And, what's yours, Mike? Say no more.
Whenever you open a bottle of Guinness, it goes. And whenever you pour out a bottle of Guinness, it goes. Which tells you that it's perfectly mature, perfectly alive. And ready to drink. Imagine you're very, very thirsty. You go down to the pub and order a cold Guinness. You pour it gently, watching the familiar head forming through the cool, dark body. You take a long drink. It tastes clean, natural, and deeply refreshing. Cold Guinness. Doesn't that look good? At Bodiam Farm in Sussex, they grow some of the finest hops in the world. And they all go to Guinness, where they are blended with homegrown barley and our own special strain of yeast, and brewed into a beer that is quite simply unique. So, if anyone ever asks you how Guinness is made, you'll know what to tell them.
Of course, you'll never guess how it's made.
Don't tell me. It grows on trees.
To brew a beer like Guinness, you need the special roasted barley, malt, and hops.
How's it going then?
And at least 200 years' experience.
Oh, it's coming along.
However, most people take home Guinness with the shopping.
Leslie.
Well, you're going to need some empty bottles, aren't you? All right.
Yeah, it's all right.
Take home Guinness and make a lot of it.
Wow. Wow. Well?
Well.
Well?
Well.
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 And a pint of Guinness, please, George.
It's a bit of an art, pouring a pint of Guinness. You pour it slowly and evenly to conjure the perfect head, clean and white, from out of the cool, dark depths of the beer. And of course, when you create a work of art, it's nice to dedicate it to someone.
Make it quick, lads.
Could we see the menu, please?
Shepherd's pie, beans, steak and kidney, ham and tomato, cheese and pickle, Scotch eggs, sausages.
Hot sausages?
Very.
I'll have a ham sandwich. Shepherd's pie for me, I think. Oh, and a bottle of something to go with it. What would you recommend?
There's one drink at lunchtime that, because of its dry, full flavour, goes down exceptionally well with shepherd's pie, beans, steak and kidney, ham and tomato.
Would Sarah like to taste it?
You may have noticed that Guinness is different from other beers. There's no secret about this. It's the way we roast our barley that gives Guinness its dark, distinctive looks and its clean, dry taste. Which, on reflection, is why some people can't see themselves drinking any other beer.
Fancy seeing you here?
And a pint of Guinness, please, George.
It's a bit of an art, pouring a pint of Guinness. To pour it slowly and evenly. To conjure the perfect head, clean and white, from out of the cool, dark depths of the beer. And of course, when you create a work of art, it's nice to dedicate it to someone. To brew a beer like Guinness, you need the special roasted barley, malt, and hops.
How's it going then?
And at least 200 years' experience.
Oh, it's coming along.
However, most people take home Guinness with the shopping.
Leslie.
Well, you're going to need some empty bottles, aren't you? All right.
Yeah, it's all right.
Take home Guinness and make a lot of it.
Make it quick, lads.
Could we see the menu, please?
Shepherd's pie, bean, steak and kidney, ham and tomato, cheese and pickles, Scotch eggs, sausages.
Hot sausages?
Very.
I'll have a ham sandwich. Shepherd's pie for me, I think. Oh, and a bottle of something to go with it. What would you recommend?
There's one drink at lunchtime that, because of its dry, full flavour, goes down exceptionally well with shepherd's pie, bean, steak and kidney, ham and tomato.
Would Sir like to taste it?
After work, there are some people who relax.
2 pints of Guinness, please. Won't be a second.
And there are some who carry on working.
Right, gents. 2 pints of Guinness, please.
Guinness. There's the gentle pour, the casual separation into black and white. And then, after a hard day, the first slow, rewarding taste. Or would you rather go on working? People have funny drinking habits. There's the shoeshine drinker, the panel beater, the twister, the tap dancer, the change machine, and the Guinness drinker. Watch the calm, unhurried way they enjoy one of the most rewarding drinks in the world. Ask for Guinness, where you see this sign.
How about a game of arrows? Getting married in half an hour, remember?
Come on.
It's a funny thing. But whenever one of my mates gets married, they always ask me to be best man. Don't know why. I suppose they think they can rely on me to keep calm and in control.
Goes with the Guinness. I mean, when you've got something with flavour all the way through, you don't have to down it in one.
Can you imagine a calmer, more sensible way to drink? The ring, John. Have you got the ring?
There's a certain pleasure in slowly putting away the black.
I've missed more goals this season than United centre forward. Switch the telly on, give it a good kick, nice picture, few swigs, and then I'm off to get a refill. Meanwhile, they've scored, they would have missed a penalty. What has happened? Until the wife brought home some Guinness. I should have known. Normally I drink Guinness when I go to the pub just for the one. You know, make it a good one. Guinness keeps its head and its flavour right up till half-time, till I'm ready for another. My team still has its ups and downs, but I don't.
If you know the rules, cricket's the best game there is. Rule number 1, be a slow bowler, not a fast one. 2, make a name for yourself in the slips, instead of all this outfield running. Nice try. 3, bat number 5 or 6. Then before you go in, you've plenty of time for a nice cold Guinness. I say cold Guinness, I'll tell you why. Because Guinness starts off with so much flavour. You don't just taste the cold when it's cold, you can still taste the Guinness. Whoa, look at that. Number 4, go up at boundaries. Saves all that running up and down between wickets. Of course, you'll not be out there long, but with another 5 men to go in after you, you've plenty of time for the cold Guinness, haven't you? Bad luck. It's a grand game, is cricket.
And now for the weather around the world. In Bermuda today, temperatures rose to a scorching 100 degrees, while on the Greek island of Corfu, tourists sweltered at 95. In the Algarve, it was 90 in the shade, 10 degrees more than Mallorca. Meanwhile, back here in Britain, some people were a little cooler. This summer, sit back, relax, and enjoy the long, cold spell. Cold Guinness.
Two bottles of Guinness and a bucket of ice water, please.
Ah, you won't need the iced water. Cold Guinness. I always keep the Guinness on the cold shelf when the weather's hot. But still, Guinness still keeps its head. Still keeps its flavour. See? Try it. Go on.
Well, just the iced water, then. Samson, it isn't like Guinness. Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's face it, Pete, you're a sportsman. What a collection.
Remember Mexico 1970?
Oh, yeah. England 2, West Germany 0. Was that the final score?
That was the score when I finished that particular Guinness.
Oh, yeah.
What a feeling. National pride, triumph.
Furthermore, triumph and national pride.
Nicely put, Dad. At one with the world, I poured myself another long, cool Guinness.
Why didn't you mount that one?
Well, by the time I'd finished it, the Germans had won the match, so I chucked it at the telly.
Oh, right, yeah. About time we got it fixed, isn't it?
No mad rush, Dad.
Oh, no.
Finish your Guinness first.
With a big match, there's nothing like a Guinness.
You know, this is one Guinness I'll never forget, Dad.
Oh, it's empty, Pete.
Why would I never forget it if I hadn't drunk it?
Oh, yeah.
Sausage, egg, chips, beans and gravy.
Hold on, Shirley Powell.
Who else?
Yeah.
A culinary tone poem.
Oh, what?
Washed down with a Guinness which can only be described as perfection.
Oh,
cool, dry, slightly bitter.
Bitter.
Perfectly offsetting Shirley's immaculate baked beans. An unforgettable repast, Dad.
An unforgettable girl, Pete.
Truly unforgettable.
When was this unforgettable repast?
I forget, Dad.
Yeah, of course you do. Bound to. Pressure of the world.
With a very special meal, there's nothing like a Guinness.
I'm talking today to Sir Arthur Street Greebling. Good Greebling. Sir Arthur's fishing technique simply consists of drinking Guinness.
Yes, I just wait here until the sensitive nostrils of the trout detect the cool, slightly bitter charms of the Guinness and, inflamed with desire, leap into this frying pan here.
Fascinating. How long have you been doing this, Sir Arthur?
43 years.
How many trout have you caught?
Up to this moment, none.
Ah.
But these commemorate some of my near misses. Or to put it another way, away from the misses. Care for Guinness?
Oh, I'd love one, yes, thank you.
Well, there's a pub over there, about 6 miles away.
For a hard day's fishing, there's nothing like a Guinness. There's a certain pleasure in slowly putting away the black.
And this chap said to me, you seem to be quite partial to Guinness. I said, partial? More than partial. Each one contains a fond memory. Like the one I had when we thrashed the old inn. After extra time. And the can I savoured whilst gardening. There's nothing like the great outdoors. Indoors, Granny's gastronomic delights. Definitely worth a detour. Mutton pie. Mutton pie. Yet again. And why haven't you mounted these? He says smartly. What are these, he says, bringing them up? These are returnables. You get money back in them.
In this school, we encourage experiments. For instance, these girls are experimenting with a new washing powder they found.
The experiment's failed, isn't it?
What do you mean? We don't get fairy snow whiteness, do we? Conjugations. That makes ours look grey.
Like to put fairy snow to the test?
Examine fairy snow's rich, creamy lather. 10 out of 10. Far richer than my new soap powder. That's because fairy snow contains more pure soap than any other powder.
Forces grey out, forces white in.
Well, top of the class.
Never. Fairy snow is in a class by itself. Insist on fairy snow whiteness. Don't settle for less.
Nice to see you. Oh, we brought back your table napkins, Grandma.
Oh, thanks. Put them in that drawer, Leslie.
Certainly, Grandma. What, with these grey ones?
Grey? Young man, well, they do seem whiter. How do you do it?
Fairy snow, Grandma.
Fairy snow. Is it any good?
I'll say it is.
Yes, Grandma.
Did I ask you, Leslie?
No, Grandma.
We girls don't need your help.
Nevertheless, Grandma did try fairy snow in her rolls rapide. She couldn't help noticing its rich lather. This powerful lather penetrates every fibre of the wash. Forces grey out, forces white in. Next time we popped round...
Your napkins are really white now, Grandma.
Of course. I use fairy snow in my rolls. You should try it yourself.
Grandma, we
Grandma... Don't argue with me, Leslie. Try fairy snow.
Rolls recommend fairy snow because fairy snow forces grey out, forces white in.
Caught you at last, Mr. Randall. I have to inform you I've discovered a new washing powder.
Ah, does it get things fairy snow white?
Just a minute. That makes my whites look grey.
He was robbed. Follow us. Inspect fairy snow's rich, creamy lather.
Much richer lather than my new powder.
Fairy snow contains more pure soap than any other powder.
Penetrates every fibre of your wash. Forces grey out, forces white in.
See?
That's really white. I won't get caught again.
Just remember the forces motto.
And what's that, Mr. Randall?
Forces grey out, forces white in. Insist on fairy snow whiteness. Don't settle for less.
You won't be hanging that out this afternoon. It's frightening us. Never mind. I've got the whitest wash ever with my new powder.
You are an optimist if you think that beats fairy snow whiteness.
That makes mine look dull. Cheer up, Olive. There's always a silver lining.
Thanks to fairy snow. That's fairy snow's rich, creamy lather.
Richer than my new powder.
Because fairy snow contains more pure soap than any other powder. Forces grey out, forces white in.
There, whiter than I ever hoped. I'll always use your fairy snow.
You're an optimist. By your own.
Why don't you?
Insist on fairy snow whiteness. Don't settle for less.
Morning. I'm your new neighbor.
Hello.
I couldn't help noticing your washing. It's so white.
Certainly is.
Mine looks grey against that lot.
Ours used to.
How do you manage to get it so white now?
I discovered fairy snow.
Who discovered fairy snow?
Oh, meet my fairy snow. Joan, my wife.
Try it. Now.
Our new neighbor tried fairy snow. Its powerful lather penetrates every fiber of the wash. Forces grey out, forces white in. Next wash day...
There. Everything's come up whiter than ever before. Just look at my husband's shirt.
Husband?
How can we ever thank you?
Oh, don't thank me.
No, I'm not. I'm thanking fairy snow. And your wife.
Get fairy snow for extra white clothes. Fairy snow forces grey out, forces white in.
Oh, Gov. Fred. Sorry, Gov, but I'd wear the white shirt if I was you.
You would?
Not half. I'd wear a white shirt too if my missus could get them as white as that. But mine will look grey against yours.
Ah.
Here, how'd you get them so white?
Just a minute, Fred.
Joan? Yes?
Fred's on his way down. Give him a packet of fairy snow to take home, love.
Here you are, Fred.
Fairy snow? Thanks. I'll get my missus to try it.
So, Fred's missus tried fairy snow. Its powerful lather penetrates every fiber of the wash. Forces grey out, forces white in. Next time Fred came around...
Oh, I got nothing. What's this, a white shirt?
White as yours, Gov.
Look, Joan. Britain's newest white collar worker.
What, Fred?
Thanks to fairy snow.
Get fairy snow for extra white clothes. Fairy snow forces grey out, forces white in.
Here's your dress for the show, Mrs. Randall.
Thanks, Mrs. O'Flynn.
And a shirt for you, Mr. Randall.
No, thank you. I have me own, you see.
And what's wrong with this one?
Sure, it is not as white as mine, me darling.
I must admit it does make this one look grey. And how would you be getting them so white, Mrs. Randall?
Easy, Mrs. O'Flynn.
Fairy snow, Bigora.
You mean fairy snow gets them this white?
Of course.
Did you think it was the little people? When our wardrobe mistress tried fairy snow, right away she noticed its rich lather. This powerful lather penetrates every fiber of the wash, forces grey out, forces white in. So next evening, during the show...
Wonderful, Mrs. Andy.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Wasn't I?
Thanks to fairy snow. Sure, everything comes up really white now. Fairy snow's a great success.
Get fairy snow for extra white clothes. Fairy snow forces grey out, forces white in.
Ahoy there!
What's that?
The district nurse.
I thought it was a foghorn.
It is.
Mr. Randall, unbutton your coat.
Do you mind?
I want to inspect your shirt.
Oh.
That's it. Saw it on your lines and couldn't believe it was that white. Makes my whites look grey. How'd you do it?
New fairy snow.
Fairy snow?
Yes. Gives you real soap whiteness like this.
Come and show me. In my washing machine.
Aye, sir. I mean, madam.
How about that for real soap lather?
Looks powerful.
It is. Fairy Snow's powerful soap lather gets right into every fiber. Works with your machine to force grey out, force white in. Gives you real soap whiteness.
That's first class. Fairy Snow in my washing machine from now on.
You can buy it anywhere. Not everything's on the national health, you know.
Ah.
Use Fairy Snow in your washing machine. It forces grey out, forces white in.
Come on in.
See? Some husbands keep things going while their wives are away.
Very handy. Traitor. Better wash those.
I've washed them. They're perfect.
They're not as white as this.
Well, of course that'll make my whites look grey. It's new.
It's not.
It's new fairy snow.
Fairy snow?
That's right. Puts whiteness where the grey was.
All right, then. Washing machine, washing. Show me.
Delighted. Stand aside. That's real soap lather for you.
Great.
Really gets down to the job, this Fairy Snow lather. Penetrates every fibre of the wash. To force grey out, force white in. Gives you real soap whiteness.
There. That is white. You win.
Brilliant, Leslie. You can do it for me next week. And the week after. And the week after. And the week after.
Use Fairy Snow in your washing machine. It forces grey out, forces white in. Know something? 7,000 housewives every week change to Fairy Snow.
They want a soap powder and they choose the best. And this week, you can try Fairy Snow free in your washing machine.
With every special packet in your shops, you get this free sample.
Fairy Snow's real soap lather is richer, creamier, more powerful. It forces grey out, forces white in, to give you whiteness like this.
Buy this special packet, get this pack free. Hurry, this week only.
Good morning, madam. Sir, I've just the machine for you.
We're just looking.
Looking's the first step, buying's the second.
Putting it back's the third.
Everyone made to give perfect whiteness.
Whiteness like this?
Good heavens. I never get that whiteness when I'm demonstrating.
You don't use Fairy Snow, do you?
Well, what's so different about Fairy Snow?
That's the difference. Fairy Snow's lather.
Feels different, all right.
It is. Soapier and powerful.
Penetrates every fibre.
Forces grey out, forces white in.
Marvelous. From now on, I'll use Fairy Snow when I'm demonstrating.
You should.
Well, while we're here, could I interest you in a packet?
Use Fairy Snow in your washing machine. It forces grey out, forces white in.
Hello, Jane. Oh,
How's married life then?
husbands.
Handsome, gay, debonair.
Mine's complaining because his shirts aren't white enough. What does he expect?
Shirts as white as this?
Gosh, that really makes his look grey. How do you do it? Fairy Snow. Try it.
Well, Jane tried Fairy Snow. Its rich, soapy lather penetrates every fibre of the wash. Forces grey out, forces white in. Hello, hello, hello. No more complaints about your shirt.
No. Look at this for whiteness. Thank you, darling.
You never thank me like that nowadays.
No, I thank Fairy Snow instead.
It's not the same.
Fairy Snow forces grey out, forces white in.
Leslie, those crumbs on my lovely white tablecloth.
You missed one.
Oh, Leslie,
Now what have I done?
your shirt. It's so white. It puts my tablecloth in the shade. Oh, positively grey. June, how do you do it? Fairy Snow. Oh, it's a soap powder, the best. It needs to be. I'm fussy what I use in my machine. Fairy Snow specially recommended for washing machines. Oh, is it indeed?
Indeed it is, indeed. We'll show you what whiteness is. Won't you, Joan?
Your machine needs Fairy Snow's lather. Oh, it does feel different. Creamier.
Powerful, too.
Penetrates every fibre.
Forces grey out, forces white in.
Beautiful. So white I'll hardly dare use it. Go on, there's plenty more Fairy Snow. It's certainly as good as you said it was.
Naturally, we're fussy what we use in our machine. Use Fairy Snow in your washing machine. It forces grey out, forces white in. Uh-oh, it's old Nosy again.
Now, Leslie.
Ooh. Looking for something? Nice of you to snoop, drop in.
Hello, Rosie. It's your washing makes mine look grey. I just had to find out how you get it so white. Fairy Snow. Oh, is it good in your washing machine?
Fairy Snow is specially recommended for washing machines.
It's a soap powder, the best. Will you show me?
Certainly. Let's nosy over to your place.
Your machine needs Fairy Snow's lather. Oh, let me feel that. Soapier.
There's no soapier lather than Fairy Snow's.
Powerful, penetrates every fibre.
Forces grey out, forces white in.
As white as all your things now. Thanks to Fairy Snow. I'll always use it in my machine.
Aha! Nosy Rosie knows.
Eh?
Use Fairy Snow in your washing machine. It forces grey out, forces white in.
little boy all right?
Yes, thanks.
Naughty, Mummy, to go away.
But you were only gone 2 minutes.
Here's a pretty dress that Mummy's just washed for him. Isn't it beautifully white?
Okay, cover up your shirt.
What?
Your shirt. It's so white.
Makes Baby's dress look grey.
Try Fairy Snow.
Best soap powder there is.
I used the same one ever since I've had my machine.
But Fairy Snow is specially recommended for washing machines.
Is it?
Go on, Joan, show her. I'm busy.
Your washing machine needs Fairy Snow's lather.
Soapy, eh?
Richer and powerful, penetrates every fibre, forces grey out, forces white in.
It is whiter. Look what clever Mummy's done.
Clever Fairy Snow.
It's as white as Uncle Leslie's shirt now.
Whiter. Joan, hang on to the Fairy Snow. Use Fairy Snow in your washing machine. It forces grey out, forces white in. Ah, Joan's back. We're getting Daisy ready for the dairy show.
Ah, don't she look a picture?
Ah.
Mrs. Randall, your blouse. Make my whites look grey. Oh, dear, my dairy coat. I'll be letting Daisy down.
Ah, we can't have that. Joan, the new Fairy Snow.
Fairy Snow takes a real soap powder to give this real soap whiteness.
Could you get my dairy coat that white? Got no washing machine.
Of course.
Don't worry, Daisy. We'll see you right.
Real soap lather this is.
Creamy.
Powerful, too. Fairy Snow's real soap lather penetrates every fibre of your wash. Forces grey out, forces white in. Result? Real soap whiteness.
We showed 'em first prize.
Well done.
That's dairy show whiteness, old girl.
That's Fairy Snow whiteness, old... How'd you do? Use Fairy Snow every wash day. It forces grey out, forces white in.
Lovely.
Well, naturally, I brought all these kitchen things from America.
Well, what's that British washing machine doing there, then?
Frankly, nothing. That's why.
What's wrong?
It doesn't get things white like I did back home.
We've got just the same washing machine as that, and look how white this is.
Boy, next to that, Bob's white shirts would look grey. What detergent do you use?
It's not a detergent.
Fairy Snow does it.
The best little old soap powder in the world, ma'am.
Oh, go on.
We'll show you. Your machine needs that rich soapy lather.
It's creamy.
And powerful.
Actually penetrates right into the fibres. Forces grey out, forces white in.
Gee, even whiter than back home.
Of course, with Fairy Snow.
I'm going to send a box back home for Mom's machine.
With the compliments of Great Britain.
Sort of leaf lens.
Yes. We'd like it back. For extra white clothes in your washing machine, use Fairy Snow. Fairy Snow forces grey out, forces white in.
Jen?
Yes, Mother?
Isn't it that old tablecloth I gave you?
I knew it. You want it back.
Looks much whiter, doesn't it?
Last time I was here, I noticed it looked a bit grey.
You would.
What?
You would notice it was grey compared with how white it is now.
Go in the kitchen.
Go in the kitchen.
What made it so white?
Fairy Snow. Till I used it, I didn't realize I could get it whiter. You know, my things did look grey before. Fairy Snow does get them much whiter. You try it.
You see, Joan Randall's discovered the extra margin of washing power that's added to Fairy Snow. This power forces grey out of your clothes and forces white in. Yes, Fairy Snow's extra margin of washing power forces grey out, forces white in. Getting everything wonderfully white.
There you are. It gets all my things so much whiter now.
Fairy Snow must be the best soap powder in the world.
It is. You should buy some.
Fairy Snow forces grey out, forces white in.
Mr. Randall.
I'll be paying in some money as soon as I
How
can...
do you get your shirts so white?
Oh.
They make my white shirts look grey. How does Mrs. Randall do it?
Fairy Snow.
Have a packet.
Hey.
Thank you. Here's your cash.
I'll take that.
Hey.
So his wife tried Fairy Snow. She noticed its powerful lather penetrates every fibre of the wash. Forces grey out, forces white in. Next Saturday...
How's that for whiteness?
White as mine.
My wife's delighted. Here's your cash. And your Fairy Snow back.
No interest?
Of course.
Fairy Snow forces grey out, forces white in.
But wait, stop press. In this area, Fairy Snow is now the only leading powder made of real soap. Every other leading powder is now made of synthetic detergent. So change to Fairy Snow, the only leading powder made of real soap.
Here comes Mrs. Noel.
Hanging out laundry?
Why not?
It's going to rain.
It is?
I know it is. I say, that washing really is white. Makes some people's whites look grey. What are you using?
Fairy Snow.
Of course. Well, I must be off now. Goodbye.
She'll buy Fairy Snow.
I know.
She did buy Fairy Snow and couldn't help noticing its powerful lather penetrates every fibre of the wash. Forces grey out, forces white in. 2 days later...
Miss Williams, if you want your things really white, use Fairy Snow. Yes. I know.
Noel?
For one, he does know.
Fairy Snow forces grey out, forces white in.
But wait, stop press. In this area, Fairy Snow is now the only leading powder made of real soap. Every other leading powder is now made of synthetic detergent. So change to Fairy Snow, the only leading powder made of real soap.
Finished?
No.
Up for the beds. Up the apples.
Up the what?
Apples and pears. Pears.
Oh.
The sheets, Mrs. Hopkins.
Cool. These make my whites look grey. How to do it?
New Fairy Snow.
Fairy Snow?
That's right. Gives you real soap whiteness, like this.
I can't get things that white, and I've got a washing machine.
We'll show you. Won't we, Leslie?
Yes. Hey.
See that real soap lather? Smashing.
Fairy Snow's soap lather works with your machine. Penetrates every fibre. To force grey out, force white in. That's why Fairy Snow gives you real soap whiteness.
That's it. Just the job. That's new Fairy Snow whiteness.
Try it in your nice and clean.
What?
Nice and clean. Washing machine.
Oh, you.
Use Fairy Snow in your washing machine. It forces grey out, forces white in.
Oh, Joe, it's me, Michael.
Quick, Joan, she's on the borrow. Hide everything.
Ah, I wanted to borrow some. Oh, these toes. They're so white. Mine look grey against these. How'd you get them this white?
Fairy Snow.
Got any to spare?
No.
What's that behind your back?
Me arms.
Better hand it over, Leslie.
Myrtle used our Fairy Snow. Its rich, soapy lather penetrates every fibre of the wash. Forces grey out, forces white in.
Everything's come up beautifully white. Fairy Snow's the best soap powder there is. I bought a packet.
Good. We'll borrow yours.
Oh.
Fairy Snow forces grey out, forces white in.
Hello, Mr. Randall. I've come from the Fairy Snow people to demonstrate new Fairy Snow.
Fairy Snow? You serious? Joan, he wants to demonstrate Fairy Snow to us.
He's joking.
You're joking.
Ah, I said new Fairy Snow.
New? In what way?
May I show you?
Feel free.
New Fairy Snow now highlights the whiteness in your wash. Look.
Highlights? How does it do that?
I'll show you. New Fairy Snow now contains its own exclusive whitening agent, which no other soap powder has. It's in the bright green speckles. Watch. New Fairy Snow's lather penetrates every fibre, forces grey out and forces white in. That's what I've always said. But now the exclusive whitening agent goes to work and highlights the whiteness in your wash.
Gosh, that's whiter.
I'll say. We'll be using new Fairy Snow from now on. Won't you, John? New Fairy Snow forces grey out, forces white in. Now highlights the whiteness in your wash.
Only the best for our baby. John even bought me a new washing machine.
For washing baby?
No, Leslie. To get baby's things really white. Hello? Joan, your dress. It even makes baby's white dress look grey. Tried new Fairy Snow? Fairy Snow?
Yes, it gives you real soap whiteness.
That's the whiteness I want for baby's things. I'll show you how to get it. And you may bring the baby, Leslie. Look at Fairy Snow's lather. Soapy.
And powerful. Fairy Snow's lather really goes to work in your machine. Gets right into every fibre of your wash. To force grey out, force white in. There. Real soap whiteness.
Beautiful white things for my beautiful baby.
Have this packet for your neck.
Leslie.
Wash day. I mean. Use Fairy Snow in your washing machine. It forces grey out, forces white in.
Everything okay?
Lovely. Where's the tablecloth then?
Actually, they looked so grey against your white blouse last week, I'm trying to whiten them.
Well, actually, you don't have to try very hard with the new Fairy Snow.
Fairy Snow? New?
Yes. Now it highlights the whiteness in your wash.
Gracious. I wonder if I could do that in my washing machine.
Let's find out.
We're going to whiten her wash. It's got an exclusive whitening agent that's in no other soap powder.
It's in the bright green speckles. And the lather's rich and soapy.
Creamy.
This lather penetrates every fibre to force grey out, force white in. Now the exclusive whitening agent highlights the whiteness in your wash.
Actually whiter, most satisfactory.
And a lovely tea.
There's a tip under the plate.
Most kind.
Really?
New Fairy Snow forces grey out, forces white in. Now highlights the whiteness in your wash. Some powders keep on telling you they've changed, don't they?
Well, we're not going to tell you anything's different about Fairy Snow. It's still the best soap powder there is.
Just have a look at this.
Facts about Fairy Snow. 1. Every week, 7,000 housewives change to Fairy Snow.
That's a lot of people.
2. Fairy Snow is just right for any type of washing machine.
There's ours.
Where?
Just going up top. Oh, it's gone.
3. There's nothing harsh in Fairy Snow, just pure soap lather. There's more pure soap in Fairy Snow than in any other leading powder. And 4. Results prove Fairy Snow forces grey out, forces white in.
What a family.
But she's got them white.
6 million people are wearing clothes washed in Fairy Snow.
6,000,001.
6,000,002.
Why don't you join the club? Here's your membership card.
Hello there. Sooty's just making a stew for my supper. I must say I'm not very keen on it. It seems to be all vegetables. Oh, that's different. He's going to put an oxo cube into it. Right, crumble it into the pan, Sooty. Pop the pan on the stove. That's fine. But you know, I don't feel like waiting until that's cooked. I'm jolly hungry. Oh, the magic. Of course. Well, you tap it with the magic wand, then. That's it. Is it done? Let me have a taste, then. Ooh, delicious. What a lovely meaty flavour. Whoa!
Speaking. Philip's trying to read his paper, but he can smell the oxo-jacketate as I'm cooking. A good, rich smell's half the secret of cooking, isn't it? Pretty tasty, I'd say. All right, Philip, supper's ready. Did you know that you add all the flavors of 9 delicious ingredients when you add oxo?
That smells good. Clever girl.
You see, the advertisement's right. Oxo gives a meal man appeal. Philip, darling, could you? All he needs is deep burping. You know, put him across your shoulder and give him a kind of rub. Just while I make the gravy. Philip likes his gravy rich and meaty, so I crumble in a couple of oxo cubes. Each oxo cube is made from 9 good ingredients. Good things like beef, onion, and spices that add richness and color to all your cooking. That's how oxo gives the meal man appeal. Now, how are you boys getting on?
Well, on the whole, I think Father and Baby are doing fine. Oh, come on, everybody. We can't stay cooped up here all weekend.
Come on!
Come on, I'll race you to the car. What's for lunch, Katie?
Bangers and mash would be nice. And lots of hot, savoury gravy, made with oxo, to warm everybody through and through.
You know, the nicest thing about going out on a day like this is coming home again.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, look, good enough to eat.
Oh, I hope it'll be all right. I'm a little anxious about giving hamburgers to America.
Okay, we're going to have to have one, what?
Now you're all ready to barbecue.
Well, you were
Well, thank you for making our first few months in America such fun. Can I get down now, please?
Sure.
Oh, got it.
Good catch. How you doing?
Maloney's doing great.
The American hamburger is a meal in itself. Minced beef and onion. And I've added oxo stock to bring out the really beefy flavour of the meat.
Here you are, sweetheart. Oh,
Just leave it there. I'll get to it in a minute.
Here's to our New English friends and to some fine American hamburgers.
Leeks are a very good buy at the moment. And so is liver. So why not try them together in a leek and liver casserole? Leeks make a very nice change from the usual onions, especially when they're wrapped in these liver pieces. Now for some good, rich oxo stock. 2 cubes in half a pint of water. Casseroling in oxo keeps the liver tender and moist. Keeps a hungry man happy. It's a casserole full of good things, at a very good price.